You know, as the saying goes, all you need is a little time for a conspiracy theory to become a fact, right? New Jersey's Governor Mikie Sherrill admitting that roughly 6,600 non-citizens were registered to vote. She's blaming it on a software glitch in the state's motor vehicle system, but the governor claims that the issue, she says it's not widespread. This comes as President Trump and Republicans push for the passage of the Save America Act. Well, let's unpack the revelations with former chairman and commissioner for the U.S. Election Assistance Commission, as well as senior legal fellow for election integrity at the Heritage Foundation, Don Palmer. We also have with us founder of Early Vote Action PAC, Scott Presler. Scott, what did you think of the dig the president made at you, saying that you look like Dylan Mulvaney from the Bud Light? I'm joking, because I know you always joke about it on your social media that you look like Caitlin Collins. No, but seriously, you have better hair. You've been sounding the alarm on this issue about non-citizens on the voter rolls for how long? How bad do you think it is? I mean, they're saying 6,600. How widespread could it possibly be?
Thank you, Lydia. Well, I want to thank the White House Correspondents Center for that award I received just a few nights ago. But it feels so good to be vindicated. We have known that there have been illegal aliens on the voter rolls and voting, and we were deemed conspiratorial. We were shut down. We were silenced. They made us seem like there was no fraud within our elections. So thank you to Democrat Governor Mikie Sherrill for finally saying the quiet part out loud. But I think 6,600 is very much a low estimate. It was the Department of Homeland Security that said there are 35,000 non-citizens on the voter rolls in New Jersey. And in my state of Pennsylvania, DHS said that there are 14,000. So I'm hopeful that other governors, even Democrat ones, will do the right thing on behalf of the American people. And one last point, I have to say this. Any illegal alien or fraudulent voting disenfranchises Black voters, women voters, veteran voters, union voters. It is in the best interest of the American people that we root out fraud where it is.
Right. If we don't have a secure and fair election, that is the underpinning of our republic. Now, Don, if we had $1 for every Democrat in complete denial about non-citizens voting in our elections and being on the voter rolls, and they just keep denying it, saying that we don't need the Save America Act. And here's a reminder for our viewers. Listen to this.
There is no evidence that undocumented migrants vote.
We're debating a problem that does not exist.
This is a solution in search of a problem that does not exist.
The evidence is almost no illegal immigrants vote. Some benign effort to tell the small number of illegal immigrants.
The reports show voter fraud is exceedingly rare, but there's a couple things we know about the administration.
Citizen voting in federal elections is already illegal.
There is no evidence of fraud or corruption
because we don't have a problem with illegal aliens voting in the country.
Don, it just goes on and on and on. Why do you think they're in such denial? Or do they know that it's true and they're trying to fool everyone?
Well, these are political talking points. And so they have to be able to respond to this growing evidence of a problem. Obviously, there's non-citizen or voter rolls. Not only do we see that in New Jersey, but election officials know this. They really don't have the tools to do that. But now it is widespread. I mean, every state has issues with this. It isn't just blue states, it's also red states. Louisiana did an analysis with the Department of Homeland Security. They found hundreds of non-citizens on their rolls and hundreds had voted over the years. And so this is a problem. The question is whether or not you're going to be in denial and just stick to your talking points and deny that we need to do anything, or you're going to improve your citizenship verification procedures. You're going to find a way to help election officials verify citizenship and ID when they register to vote. Otherwise, you're just allowing a certain amount of fraud on your state voter rolls, and you're hoping for the best. But what happens is these non-citizens end up voting, and this is why we need to have some sort of process strengthened at the federal level.
I know, especially when it comes to the primaries, because in a lot of these blue cities, whoever wins the primary, that's who ends up winning the general. So even if you just have maybe a couple of thousand or 10,000 people illegally registered to vote, they can completely and dramatically change the outcome of an election. And Scott, the left-wing media it seems like they're obsessed with trying to play cover for the Democrat Party on this issue of widespread voter fraud. Check out CNN's Abby Phillip.
You just said it's widespread. So where's the proof that it's widespread?
6,600 non-citizens made it onto the voter rolls.
That is 0.006% of registered voters in the state.
What is your tolerance for any fraud at all?
Is it widespread?
Absolutely. Over 6,000 people.
What is your bar for widespread?
She said, my bar is I want no tolerance.
So, Scott, you hear that she's like, it's widespread. It is widespread. We know 4 states alone, the DHS is saying 250,000, 6,600 that we know of. You brought up some other figures. So is it widespread? Does Abby Phillip need to be fact-checked again?
Well, I have a message for Abby Phillip, respectfully. Let's go over the data. Of those 6,600 non-citizens on the voter rolls in New Jersey, 400 of them voted. To any person that says that 400 fraudulent votes don't matter, in 2008, Senator Al Franken was elected by 312 votes. In Iowa in 2020, Congresswoman Miller Meeks only won her election by 6 votes. And in California in 2024, former Congressman John Duarte, who lost his election by 187 votes. Yes, this shows that elections can be decided by the number of illegal, fraudulent votes that voted in New Jersey alone. Abby Phillip, it is widespread.
Scott, you mentioned that you would cut your hair if something happened. Can you really quickly tell us?
I am here to pass the Save America Act. Thank you to Senator Mike Lee, who said that he will force a roll call vote in order to make sure that senators stay in D.C. until the passage of the Save America Act. Thank you to Senator Rick Scott, who has also explained the same message. This is the single most important issue that the American people care about, and I will have their back and do everything legal and lawful in order to make sure that we get free and fair and safe and secure elections.
So if it passes, you said you'd cut your hair.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you donate it. It's beautiful hair. But then you won't look like Caitlyn anymore, so we'll see. All right, Don Palmer, Scott Presler, thank you guys.
Thank you.